Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, the 25th of August. Hope you are all well. Lovely to see you here. I was having a lovely time socialising, I think is the long and short of it. Last Sunday we had friends over. I'll just find my box for these. Last Sunday we had Heather and her partner over for a barbecue. And then yesterday we were having, we had friends and family over to celebrate our son's 16th birthday and his GCSE results. So that was really lovely. We had yummy food, in my opinion. I just did a whole load of jacket potatoes with fresh coleslaw and a big chili con carne. I slow cooked a chili con carne so everyone could then just help themselves. And lots of crisps and salad and stuff like that. So it was really nice. But we spent the whole evening kind of socialising. So I didn't get on basically, and so I thought I'd come on this evening and share with you. Did you see my new fur? Oh, my new fur baby, our new fur baby, my baby. Yeah, we got a little. We weren't planning to. We had 2 cats, and we've been 2 or so years, 2 maybe coming up 3 without them, and both Steve and I were saying we're not going to have any more cats, or we're not going to have more cats. Anyway, he started looking, and he was like, "We'll just go and have a. We won't come home with one. We'll just go and look. We'll just go and have a look." And so we came home with one. But she was very sweet. We've called her Sylvie. And if anyone knows or has watched Loki, the TV, just a look, I know, the TV program Loki, Marvel, there is a female Loki that is in that, and her name is Sylvie. So that's kind of where her name's from, but she's also silver. So Sylvie was the name that we landed on. So we went round the houses for names, up and down name lists and things, and reading out names. We had more boy names, actually. I thought I was planning it upcoming class for the rest of the year. I know. Been busy socialising, Paul. Been busy. So I think I've got too far into holiday mode. I need to get myself back out of holiday mode. Joshua starts, he's got an introductory day tomorrow afternoon, and then he is at college starting next week. So I think we're now kind of getting back into routine and stuff, and getting back into normal routine. So I will get there. Classes are coming, I promise. Right, tonight, what have I got for you? So I realise we're not far around the corner from this mini catalogue and the online exclusives becoming live. So I thought we would use some new product. These winter scenes. So if you saw my unboxing, you saw me stamp these out, but I thought we'd stamp and colour these up. Hi, Annette. So that is them all stamped out. That was from my unboxing. Aren't they lovely? I think these are going to make really quick and easy Christmas cards. Yeah, college is the same at high school. So he's just had his 16th birthday. So that's what we were celebrating this week. So they leave high school and they can then they go on to they have 2 years of kind of further education. So between 16 and 18, they then do A levels, and they can do that. A lot of schools have a college, or they can go on to another college, which is what he is doing. So he starts, let's say, next week. So I have 2 years, and then what you kind of in the States would be like live away in campus and stuff. That's our sort of university. is what that would be. Right, let me grab my camera. And so I've got... So if you haven't seen the announcements, Red Rubber will be leaving us this style of stamp. It's going to be going away over a period of time. But we will start to only see photopolymer, which I'm okay about. The Red Rubber is nice. It gives, but the photopolymer has come a long way and is good. You know, I pick that up and use that, and I'm happy with the and you can see what you're doing as well. You can see where you're stamping. So lining up is a little easier with the photopolymer, isn't it? No more having to mount our stickers. Hurrah! Oxford or Cambridge. You never know, Paul. You never know. I don't know. What do you want to do, actually? It's taking a real mix of subjects for his A-levels. Not sort of specialising in any one particular area. You know, he's not doing sort of engineering or something particular. So we'll see where it takes him, as long as he enjoys what he's doing. Okie dokie. So I've got some watercolour cardstock. I thought I'd just start with making. These are all going to be fairly simple cards. I don't know whether we'll mount up. I'm going to do one, a little blob. I'm going to do just a bit of watercolouring with you. Beth says hello from Fort Lauderdale. They're advanced levels, so they're just the next level from GCSE. You only typically take 3 of them. Some people will take a few more, depending on... and sometimes they do A-levels with maybe what's it called? MC? Is it MC? It's a project-based qualification, so you do a little independent kind of project thing. Can't think. I say holiday brain is well and truly in gear. I need to get myself back from that. So, okie dokie. I think I'm going to stamp this in Stays On, so that the watercolour doesn't run. NVQ is a national vocational qualification, so that's slightly different. You're going to test my knowledge on different qualifications. This is my first and only small glass of wine. I'm just using up the Prosecco that's in the fridge. But the mix of fizzy bubbles and trying to remember things. Let me zoom in, and we will... Oh, that's out. Let me see if I can zoom you in. There we go. Just going to do a little bit of grey colouring on this. We'll do the house maybe in a bit of sort of brown colour. I've got a little thing of water off to the side. I'm going to bring in pecan pie to start. So there's enough colour on here to pick up. And have the wood of the house. And then if we want a bit more colour, and we can give this a little squeeze, or we can get our ink refill out. And just take a little bit of that darker colour. colour door should we have? Should we have a festive door? Should we do a bright red door? Quite like a red door. Our door's boring white. Oh, they would, Paul. You could, you know those baubles that have got. You can like the photo baubles, can't you? You can get the clear one, and then you clip a photo of pets or grandchildren or what have you. But you could do these images, couldn't you? And put them in. That would look cool. I like that idea. So we'll get some real red. And just get that on the tip of the brush. In here. Oh, look at that. Bright red door. Just gives it a real pop of interest, doesn't it? And then, so although the snow is white, we want to add a bit of something to that. So I'm going to take some smoky slate. I'm going to make sure that this is really pale. So I'll do a little bit of a test swatch on a spare bit, just to make sure that we are pale enough with it, because I don't want to go dark with it at all. Right. Can you see how I've watered that down to get a paler grey? And we'll just take that, just so that you can actually see. And the same on the roof. White is not, or white is hardly ever that really stark white, is it? But you can add a bit more shading if you want to. You can add a bit more grey. So simple, isn't it? So simple to add that colour onto there. Then we want a little bit of green. So I think in this case we're going to go with, I don't often go for it, but I think I'm going to go with a shaded spruce. Is that going to be too vibrant? So he says, you make it look simple. Oh, bless you. Little dots along the roof line. Oh my goodness, yeah, you could have like little dots of colour for lights. That's an off-camera practice one, Paul. Right, so shaded spruce. Always go in with your lighter colour, because you can come in with darker. You can pick up that darker colour. Did you say stop? You love shaded spruce? I don't mind shaded spruce. I don't often reach for it. I don't mind it. It's it's a nice vibrant colour, isn't it? It's not the one I normally reach for if I'm reaching for a green. Granny apple followed by old olive are my go-tos, although I have been using mossy meadow of recent. What I'm going to do with this shaded spruce is I'm going to add in a tone of another green. So rather than add the shading with the darker shaded spruce, I'm going to bring in another green in probably garden green, just to mix. Shane Parity Party Rashad. Yes, that would be a perfect Perfect green for our trees. So so you can, I'm going close up. Is that still in decent focus for you? Can you see that okay? I'm assuming you can. It looks okay on my screen. That's never guarantee, is it, of it being good for you guys. So I'm just adding small touches of garden green just to give a variation. There. I want to make sure that's really dry, because when I take some grey into that snow, what I don't want is the green to mix. I don't want it to blend. So I'm going to just give that a blast with the heat gun. And then we'll get our grey back out. So we'll get the smoky slate back out. And just swatch to make sure that your brush is really clean if you're using the same brush, but also that you've got the right shade. And so I'm going to pick up a little bit more grey and just add that on some of those. There. I want a bit more shading on that roof line. Then what to do? It is a little small. Like, I knew they were small, but they are a little smaller than I had remembered. So that's a card front. So they are, I think we need to trim it and maybe pop it up. So otherwise that on its own is just going to be a bit lost on a card. Although we could add a bit of pool party around the outside, which would look nice. Let's do that actually. If we add that will make the picture a little bigger. We go in again. We'll zoom you back in. Right, so this time we've got pool party. I've obviously put some ink refill on my ink pad at some point. It's looking a bit, I've got some grey on that brush. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually just going to, I don't know what's gone on with that ink in terms of what I used it for, what I've mixed in with it. So I'm just going to treat myself to a little bit of new ink. So pool party. Oh, 2 dots as it was coming out. Oh, that would be nice. Heather, I love your idea. It would be good on a note card. I've got this idea of it being like a postcard. I feel like I've got like a postcard thing in my head. But yeah, a smaller note card would be perfect, wouldn't it? And yeah, just mounting it up. Okay, so we've got our fresh pool party. Again, we can just swatch out to make sure that it is the tone or the colour that we want it to be. We're really light with that. And then we can take that just around the edges. Again, just, you don't really want to touch any of the green on those trees that is there, because you'll pull that ink away. Just gives it a bit more of a background, doesn't it? Just so it's not quite so dark white. There we go. Happy with that, I think. You can just blend those edges out. Once that dries, you can hardly see it, but it just gives it a little bit of something behind so that you don't have, as I say, that really stark white. If you want to add a little bit more, then you can. Add a bit more sort of sky, I guess. There. Super. Paul said, did I wet the paper? No, I didn't, because I didn't want it all kind of running into each other. So I left it dry. And let's have a look and see. What we can do with this. So I like the idea of the out or an embossing product. It is watercolor paper. Yes, Paul. It is. I've got a few bits and bobs in my desk. So we've got, let me zoom back out. Sorry. Hello. I've got this one which has got some snowflakes in. Thought they could be cute. Maybe, although a little big, maybe. They would be a cute addition. We've got the delicate pines, but I don't think there's anything in that I'm going to put with this one. And then what I did have, but I think this is for another card, was this one on my desk, because I thought this could be a cute, if we do it that way around, we could make it more into a postcard. So let's maybe just stack this one. Nothing fancy. Let's try and keep this one really simple. Try. Let's cut. So if we go 1 and 2, it's just 6. That takes it down to sort of 6.5 centimeters, or just over 2.5, maybe 2 5/8. And take it down to give it maybe 9.5 or 3 3/4 of an inch. It's a better size for it. Then we could rough up the edge a little bit into doing this. We could give it it's a lovely thick watercolor, so you've got a decent amount of stability to the edge to hold on to while you rough it. Make our own snow with this. Let's see. What embossing folders have we got? We've got, I'm sure I've got a snowy one somewhere. I'm really pulling those edges forward so that we've got that height round here. And then, oh yeah, that would be a nice idea as well. I love all these ideas that we've got. We've got about 5 different cards made in the chat here. An aperture over the top would be very cool, so that it could peek through. Okay, I think we've got that all the edges like that. So clean up our little snowball. I've just read your comment, Paul. Simple is such a subjective concept. See, simple. Okay, if we're going to go white on white, we probably need to use the same watercolour paper behind as we've got the panel on. So that is an option. And just go super simple with a sentiment. The other option was the embossing folders. I'll pull my little trolley over. We'll have a little look in here and see. Got the wreath. That's nice. We've got the holly. Oh, that could work well. We could have that one behind and then have that with those sort of foliage pieces. I like that. Do you like that? That's an option. That's maybe an option, but maybe for a circle kind of style one. Got the holly. What else have I got? I've got sunflowers. I can do sunflowers. Waves, butterflies. We've got snowfall. I think the choice is probably snowfall or the foliage. I agree. So I think the wreaths may be a little too big. I think that's our options. So I quite like the idea of that one. I've got this falling snow one in my stash, Snowflake Sky. I don't think that one's current anymore. I feel like it's probably not. I've had it a while. We could do a pool party or white background. Let's do both and see what it looks like. So if I do white on that, and I like the smaller note card idea. Me too, actually. That would be sweet. We could do 4 note cards, couldn't we? We could do all 4 tonight. We could paint up all 4 and have them very simple note cards, couldn't we? In which case, I think I might go snowfall. Let me do this one. I'll just run that one through quickly. Is that a 3D one? I'm not sure if it is. It might be. And could grab some note cards. I've got a big pile of them. These are, so that is on the note card. Very sweet. Just pop the snowfall behind. A couple of gems maybe. I think that would be nice. What size is the note card? 5 inches by 3.5. So if we do 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. I've got my measurements correct. There we go. Let's go white on white with that one. And then we just need a little sentiment to go with it, don't we? Do you know, it's the most magical time of the year. It's so lovely in the delicate pines. It's just whether it's too long. It's the full width of the card, which could be really nice. It's right to the edge. Celebrate the Season is slightly less. Slightly not as long. Do you like the scruffy edges? I like them too. Kind of look really thick, watercolory, scruffy edges. To celebrate the season. And I'll do that. Do that one. And that one. We might get both. We will. We'll get both at once. And we could do. So are you more of a neat and tidy? Yes. You could, rather than having, I think that gives like the extra depth to it. So what you could do is you could just mount a very skinny border and layer 2 pieces. We'll maybe do that one on the next one as a comparison. And you can see A, what I mean, and B, the difference in look. We'll do another one. So I'll do, while I'm heat embossing, what I'll do is I'll do all 4. And then hopefully we've got 4. Oh yeah, you can get some foil in there. This is becoming less simple. I'm just saying. I'm not adverse to the encouragement, but it's becoming less simple. Okay. Let's get them heated up. We've got. Who said simple? I know, me. I love this sentiment. It's the most magical time of the year. Love it. Both of these sentiments are in the set that is going to be in the retreat boxes. So this one is going to be in my winter retreat. And so those sentiments come from that particular set. It's a good one. Let's cut this. Normally I will freehand the sentiment with my scissors, but I want this to be really like straight. I want it to be really crisp. So we'll use, not that, cutting with scissors is not, but the trimmer just makes sure that it's really, really straight and neat, doesn't it? No wibbly lines with the trimmer. Oh, the Skyfall, I thought it's not currant, but it's still lovely. It's not leaving my stash. It's a lovely one. There we go. I'm quite tight on those. Can you see that? I think I'm probably zoomed in a little bit. There we go. The trick with using the trimmer to get your sentiment straight is making sure that the edge part is straight in the first place. Otherwise you end up going a bit squint. This will be the sentiments for all 4 cards. If we trim these down, then we've got them done. I've just white embossed on black cardstock, so then that gives a real pop. don't get it straight with the trimmer. It is getting if the sentiment's slightly on the squint when it's on the thing, you've got to not butt it up against the edge to get the first straight line, and then you kind of work from there. Otherwise you end up just going continuously squint around the sentiment, or can do. Let's add a few dimensionals onto here. Right, it's been beautiful weather with us today. It has been gorgeous. It was gorgeous yesterday. We were so lucky. We had over 20 odd people, 24 people-ish over yesterday. So we were all in the garden. And it was just lovely. We'd have squeezed into the house, we'd have managed, but it's just so much nicer, isn't it, when you can all sit outside? And the nice weather has continued today, so I have got far less done in my craft room than I had anticipated. I was just making the most of the last bits of the sunshine. Is that too big? I like the sentiment warmest winter wishes I saw on the stamp set. Which stamp set? Oh, the this one. That's lovely as well, isn't it? Warmest. They're all nice. All three of those are really, really lovely sentiments, aren't they? I wonder if I need to split the sentiment, like it's the most and then have magical time of the year, or just go straight across. It's a little bigger than I'd anticipated. I think I was okay with it, but I think, let me grab a normal size card. Let's see if that, we might need to upgrade. No, don't. I know, Kim. We might need to up it from a note card to a normal card, because then the sentiment doesn't look so big. See? Should we go bigger card? I'm going to have some gems and stuff up here, so there'll be like a little bit of something up there. Yeah, I'm going to leave that, cut this card. Sue's arrived back in Southampton, didn't know that we've been at sea. Amazing. Hope you had a good time. I use that note card as a layer. I do like the idea of the note card, but I think I'm going to have to keep it more, like a little more simple than I have done. In my head, so like this is how my head went tonight. Just going to stamp the 4 images on 4 pieces of watercolour, colour them and put them on a card. That's how it's going to go. And we're still on card number 1, but that's okay. Let's add that as a layer. And then we've got some lovely layers on there. And if I put normally I do my gems last, but I think if I grab the gems, it might help us to decide on what have we got in the way of we've got these lovely sparkles. They're nice, aren't they? Got those. I've got normal rhinestones, obviously. Pool Party, but they're a bit more matte. They've not got a shimmer to them. We've got what have we got? These are retired, but they're in colour. Shimmer gems. Could use a few of them, couldn't we? No, they don't look right. I think good old rhinestones might be the way to go. Are these on last chance? I need to go through my drawer. I need to go through and sort out what's what. I tell you, I can't believe we are heading towards the end of August. It has blown my mind that we are at the end of August, because I'm still on the 2nd or 3rd of August in my head. I need to get myself in the zone. Yes, that looks better on the bigger card, doesn't it? It's still quite a big sentiment, but I think I'm going to go with it. Let's just finish this card up and be done, and then we can move on to another one. We'll just glue that one down. A little bit of ribbon, maybe, you know. That ribbon, which is nice, but I don't think we need to add ribbon. Right. So shush. So stop it. It says 4 months today is Christmas Day. Behave. Right. There we go. Nice and simple, hey? That's a big sentiment, isn't it? Never mind. I think it's okay. I think we'll go with it. Let's do one that is not ruffled, and we'll do a more sort of basic layer, I guess. Basic is the word for these cards. Carol says she loves it. Thank you. I just think, I don't know if it's just too but I think I do like a black sentiment, but it is a smaller image for that. But we'll go with it. Right, let's grab another piece of watercolor, and we'll do another one. This one I do want to do as, I think, a sort of a postcard style. Rather, should I do that? I do. I want to do it as like a postcard. So let me stamp this or colour it first, and then I'll sort out in my head what I'm doing. Painting will help me think about what I'm doing. Find stamp set. Mission. Which one shall we do? We've done that one. Should we do the snowman? Or should we do the trees? I think the snowman one. I'm hoping you all agree. Snowman. So again, we're going to get a little bit of pool party, a little bit of grey, and we're probably done. I'm sure people will come up with all bits and bobs on these kinds of images and make them look crazy, crazy painted. But so we'll take a little bit of grey and just add that to where the snow. And I'm going to take a little bit of green. And although there's snow on the ground, we're just going to have some of these little tufts of grass sticking up through the snow. I'm still going to have a little bit of green there. Tiny, tiny. And then we'll use the pool party. Will we? No, I'll use Balmy Blue for the water. And again, have a little bit of tufts green and then a little bit of grey, just to sort of give the trees a little bit of something. There. Cute. And we can add a little bit of pool party. These hardly need colour, and the images are so what's the word? So well, they're so lovely just as they are, aren't they? I'm just a bit of sky. I've got a little bit of sky going on. Dry that. That lamp is ridiculously small, but we'll get a tiny bit of yellow, I think, in that, just to have a bit of a glow. Bit of light coming out of that. It is tiny, teeny tiny, but you can see it when it's up close. And that bench looks a bit like see-through wired, I suppose, like it could be, but if we fill it in, that makes it a bit more of a feature, doesn't it? The bench filled in with a bit of colour. There you go. Done it. Coloured. So quick. Let's put the heat gun on it again just to dry it. And then do the same layout as before. We'll do 6.5. Might have to go skinner because I've been a bit rash with my cutting then. Yeah, that's fine. And then what we'll do is we'll layer that. I think it needs a little bit more down here. It's a bit floaty at the minute, doesn't it? It looks a bit floaty. So let's add a bit of grey. And then if we go, so that is measuring 6 centimetres by 8.3. So if we go, I'll take that rough edge off that, and then go 6.5 by what do I want? 1, 2 more, 3. I want 8.7. And then I can layer that. So rather than roughing the edge up, we'll just have a little border. We could make that border slightly skinnier and go just 3 mils. Skinnier. Brenda says lovely, thank you. I think that's better with the skinnier. So we could just go skinnier border and glue that on. We could stamp some snowflakes behind rather than emboss this one. I don't think we're going to get all 4 made. I think this is going to be the final card for tonight. I have high anticipation, high hopes for all 4 being made. Let's grab some white. I was going to emboss, but I think if we just grab lovely snowflakes out of this one. This is called Snowy Delights. Now this comes with some masks, but it also comes with some amazing dyes. The dyes look pretty spectacular. If we can add a few, yeah, bring some onto that picture. Maybe a bit of blending. Paul says I'm available tomorrow. We can come back for tomorrow. Part 2. I think I prefer I like the snowflakes on that, but I think I prefer the embossing behind. I'm not sure what you think. I think that it needs some texture or some pull part. I think the embossing behind looks nicer. How do I feel? Snowflakes, I think. It's got to be snowflakes. The embossing, I think. Let me just emboss. Where have I put my snowflake folder? There is the question. Buried. These are going to be debossed because I've just done it on the opposite side, and I've done it on that piece of card that was. But it's got the embossing behind, which is lovely, isn't it? But I think that is better than the stamping. Could add a little bit of blending, which just brings in some of that. I think these pictures would work really well in like a frame of 4 on a card. You could fill the card with the 4 images so that they're not quite so tiny in the middle of the page. And if I trim this down, I'm going to go up around the loop of the word magical and come back straight along there, and that'll just make that sentiment a bit skinnier. Across the snow in summer, that would be, that sentiment is much better slimmed down, isn't it? That makes a big difference. Too bad I stuck the other one on the other card. I wish I'd done that on the other one. Make it skinny. Because of the loop, it made the black quite wide. But I will go in the middle, and I'll use one of the foam strips. So these foam strips are great for these types of sentiments where you've got a long, skinny sentiment. I know they are slightly higher in depth, but they're brilliant for getting them on there. And then we just need some splatters and stuff, don't we? Some splatters and some gems. All is better in the world with a bit of splattering, a bit of gems. Get some white paint out, couldn't I? Do a bit of white splattering. Gems. The sentiment looks good cut out, doesn't it? Thanks, Brenda. It looks much more in proportion to the going a little gem happy. Go a little gem happy on that. And then if we splatter, should we do some white? We could do some white splatters. Silver, gold, white. Where's my little mat? I've got a little mat somewhere. Oh, a silicone mat. This is handy. This is just a white brush, zinc white, this one is. And you just mix it with water, and we could mix a little bit of Wink of Stella in there, maybe. Bit of sparkle. Mix a little bit of Wink of Stella in there. Oops, that's a lot of Wink of Stella. Some sparkle in there. Now, I don't know how well you'll see that on here, but it does give it a lovely snowfall splattering. So I'm going to let that dry. I will do the same on this one as I've got the paint out. Bring it in focus. That just adds something to it, doesn't it? Having the little bit of white sparkle. So give that brush a nice clean. My desk has got snowfall all over it now as well. I'll save those sentiments for another day. That paint can be saved, but it's probably safer to be wiped up than it is to try and save it, because it'd be just like me to put my hand straight in that. I'll give that a little clean up, and then that can go back in its spot. There we go. Got 2 cards made. I thought I'd have 4 done in no time at all. I thought I'd whip them up. Let me grab a base. I think Pool Party. or I could go Summer Splash. Pool Party is quite nice, isn't it? Over there and that over there. My desk. I keep tidying it and it keeps exploding into a big old mess. But busy doing bits on here. These stuck all over the place. Right. I should have done the sticking down before I splattered. It's not that easy once you've got wet paint on the front. You could just be patient, unlike myself right now, and you could glue this down the next day once it's dried. But I think we're good. I'll try and glue that corner. Let's say 2 simple cards for you. The painting bit, I think, is fairly simple, actually. You could, make a batch, and it depends whether you like the layering of the straight edge or whether you like the ruffled edge. I'm kind of torn, but I'm probably drawn more towards the ruffle just because it looks a bit snowy and a bit rustic. Emma simple, yeah. There we've got two Christmas cards done. Look at that. I much prefer the thinner sentiment. I don't think that's going to be rescued now, but I do think that looks much better. I think it's too stuck. I've well and truly glued it, so I'm just going to have to go with it. But yeah, there you go. There's the house in the that's cute with a bit more colour, isn't it? And that's a little bit more tricky to add more colour to. I think you could add more colour to the background of that. You could have a pool party background maybe, or I don't know, Summer Splash or something. You could go a bit vibrant, couldn't you, with your colours, or pecan pie, pick out the bench kind of colour and go more sort of moody. But yeah, there you go. 2 cards using the winter scenes. Hopefully you've enjoyed those. You might give them a go if you've got that in your stash. I should be back to a much more regular routine. Now we'll get back into the swing of work and things. It's been a bit with holiday and friends coming over. It's been summer, basically. That's what's been happening. It's been summer, and I've just kind of had some time where I haven't been able to be here on some of the Sundays, but I've tried to kind of keep as regular as possible to come on and see you all. So someone will see them as Simply Beautiful. Oh, thanks, Paul. Yeah, so I will be back next week. There's nothing stopping me or holding me back from being here next Sunday. It's the 31st of August. It's the end of the month. And by that point, I will definitely have had all the information up about my paper shares and upcoming classes with the new products, which is exciting. If you've not attended a class with me before, I'd love you to come and try one of them. It's always live on Zoom, and then all the replays are there for you afterwards. So always lots of fun. But if you can't make the live time just because of where you are in the world or what you've got going on, then the replay's there for you anytime. Thanks, Sue. I know it is important to take that time, actually. So yes, I have taken the time to have time with the family, time on holiday, time at home and things. So yeah, I will get back to it. I'll get back on it and get all those classes. You'll see them all coming out. So watch this space, and I will see you all soon. Have a lovely week, and I will see you next Sunday. Take care, everyone. Bye.